Hello people, I'm Ginnymetheral. I'm a 4th generation witch. Today's video is of course a New Year's Almanac video starting with the month of January. As you can see, I am still alive. Only just, I can say, only just. I did have a nasty bout of COVID over Christmas and it was a bit touch and go whether I was going to actually get out of bed at all. But I have managed to, and I am now here. Hence why you have heard nothing from me over the last 2 to 3 weeks, because I was too busy lying in bed being incarcerated by my eldest daughter, who refused to let me out of my bedroom because she said I had to isolate there. Bloody teenagers is all I can say to that. I'm sure she was right, but really, so boring. Anyway, I have been isolating and now I am ready to come back with my great Almanac series. So as always with this series, I'm going to give you a general overview as to what happens in January, and then we'll move into the nitty-gritty dates in the month and what you can do and when with your witchcraft. So, with that introduction over, let's start with the overview. January, of course, is known as the coldest month of the year, although it is unseasonably warm in the UK at the moment, and we're hitting late teens in our degrees at the moment, so it's quite warm. I don't even have my heater on. And this means that the snowdrops are coming out. Now, of course, January is the month when they first appear, and snowdrops are such an important plant in UK folklore. They are a symbol of purity, they're a symbol of virginity, they're a symbol of the cleansing of the earth, and they herald the beginning of the green man's awakening. The green man hasn't come up yet. They are here saying, "Hark, it's the green man, he's coming soon." And so we have the beautiful snowdrop. Now, there is such a thing as snowdrop mania in this country at the moment, which I just thought as an aside I'd tell you about because I'm a bit, oh my goodness. Recently, a snowdrop called Golden Fleece exchanged hands on the Bay of E, as I call it, for £1,360 for a single bulb. I'm slightly perplexed about this. So should you go out and find a mutated snowdrop bulb, of which there are many, apparently they like to mutate all the time and are slightly different, I didn't know about this, then you can sell it too on eBay for £1,360. It's a top tip for this winter. Otherwise, my last thing to tell you about the snowdrop is don't pick them in January. You're not supposed to pick them before the first day of spring, which for the Wiccans and witches alike is known as Imbolc, which is generally Candlemas or the 2nd of February. Don't pick the snowdrops there because it brings in bad luck into your house. After the 2nd of February, you may pick them as much as you like. January is also the traditional time to do a full cleanse of your home. And I'm going to put a video up about how and why you should cleanse your home. So I'm not going to go into too much greater detail here, but essentially a cleanse of your home can use smoke or noises or vibrations or loud music is particularly good to beat away all that negative energy. Hence why I have my cauldron of smoke going just here to help me cleanse this room whilst I'm doing this video. I'm burning frankincense, which reminds me of churches of my youth, so I do enjoy it. January is also the end of the wassailing season. Now, for those of you who don't know what wassailing is, this is when you go out into your orchard with varying cider cups or drinks and bits of cake or whatever you particularly fancy, and beat your trees, pour cider over them, make libations, dance around the place, have a ceremony of a king and queen, potentially. There's so many variations, and generally encourage your orchards to bear great boughs of fruit in the coming year. Like the 6th of January, which is the Epiphany, a great day for wassailing in the east of England, so it depends on your tradition. However, January overall, month of wassailing, go out and sing to your apple trees. And on a sadder note, I am going to give you the sad fact that January is the month when most people separate and divorce. Now, I would like to show you a very quick spell with some apples to prevent a divorce or mend a cracked marriage. I have shown this spell before, but it's particularly pertinent to this month, so I thought I'd give it to you again. It's an old gypsy spell from many years ago and is there to bring about the mending of two broken souls together. Cut your apple in half through the middle. On a piece of paper, write the full names of the couple that you wish to help. Taking each name separately, fold it up and place it on each half of the apple. Now, using a skewer, join both halves of the apple together and then place in a baking tray. Cook the apple at 180 degrees centigrade until it is fluffy and golden. To set the spell, make sure the couple eat from both halves of the apple. So that is my general overview of January. A month of gold, a month of clearing, a month of cleansing, and a month of divorce. Good luck to all of those of you who are going through that particularly sad time in your life. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. So of course we have to start with the 1st of January, which is the first charm that you will do for the year. And I'm going to give you the local charms of the United Kingdom. And we will start, of course, with the Scottish. The Scottish have their charm as called first footing. This means that the first person to cross their threshold on the first day of the new year should be a dark, handsome man, preferably a bachelor. Single men, dark and handsome, lovely. And they must carry coal, salt, sugar, and whiskey. These are the charms to represent your great things in life. They often carried a bit of greenery and some bread too, but in general, the coal represents the great warmth in life to give your hearth and home its true warmth. The salt is for the necessities of life, the basic wants and needs. The sugar is to bring the sweet things in life, those that make your life as happy as it can be. And the whiskey, because you're Scottish, and why not? Bring whiskey. Sometimes they'd carry a piece of greenery and sometimes they'd carry a bit of food, such as bread. However, it depends on the area, really. But this is the first charm that they would do. They would all greet the man who walked over the threshold carrying the good things for their house for the year. If you are Irish, there is a slightly different tradition. They again liked a tall, dark, handsome single man. Don't we all though? Because, they're rather lovely, aren't they? They should cross your threshold on the 1st of midnight. And whilst they did so, you would take the bread that you had baked at Christmas and was now stale, and you'd left a bit over, and you would bang your walls and your doors and your ceilings with this stale bread as the bachelor walked across your threshold, because that was pushing out the bad luck and bringing in the good. The Irish would also set an extra place for dinner on the 31st of December, and this place would remain on the table until the 1st, and it was for the dead, in honour and remembrance of them. Rather a charming one, that, isn't it? You're remembering the dead, chasing out bad luck, and bringing a handsome young bachelor into your home. Yeah, perfect in my opinion. So the Welsh also have a tradition, and theirs is to take an apple and place 3 sticks in it to form a tripod that it stands on. And they dig in some greenery on the top, such as holly, and then stick it with cloves. And this is a charm to ensure good luck through the year, and it would be placed on the windowsill of the home where it was given. And it would be the children who would go round giving these charms, and in return they would get sweets or pennies. The English, of course, are all about just the kissing, the dancing, the fireworks. That's what we like. We like to kiss our loved ones first, who we hope to be with for the rest of the year. The fireworks are to chase out the badness, and then finally we would open our front door to let the good luck in and open our back door to let the bad luck out. So, depending on whose blood runs in your veins, this is the traditional way to celebrate New Year in the United Kingdom. Let me know in the comments below which one you're going to do, or if you have any particular differences. The 2nd of January, the Anglo-Saxons considered to be the unluckiest day of the year. So if you're born on this day, it means you're going to have an unpleasant death. I'm not sure I believe in this superstition because it sounds a bit random to me. However, it is an old one, so I thought I'd tell you about it. The 2nd is also the day of the new moon, and this is the first new moon of the year, and obviously it's in Capricorn. Now, traditionally, new moons are all about making new plans and new beginnings. And so the charms and the spells that you cast on the day of the new moon should all be looking at this. So an intention spell to set your achievable, realistic goals for the year is a really good idea to do on this day. And a simple way to do this is to write on a piece of paper all your intentions. Then take a green candle and burn that piece of paper in the green candle. This burning is you setting your intentions out into the world. So the world knows all about them and will help you. Then take the ash, rub the ash between your hands and leave it there for an hour or so, just to finally set the spell. The 2nd of January is also a brilliant day to help heal your joints and bones. The moon, the earth, this alignment of the planets and everything associated with that is all saying bones and healing and joints are the thing to do. Now, a very simple way to do this would to take a moon bath. What I mean by this is not that you have to bathe in the light of the moon, although that is, let's face it, the ideal. Take some moon water and pour it into your bath, along with whatever beauteous products you particularly like. So I like roses, so I'm going to put roses in mine. Before you get in the bath, stir the bath water with your wand, asking it to heal your joints and bones. And then have a good soak. The 5th of January is Twelfth Night, which is the last day of the 12 days of Christmas. And an old Anglo-Saxon tradition would be to toast your loved ones from the Wassail Bowl. The Wassail Bowl is simply a large bowl that you filled with cider, generally, or, alcohol made from the fruits of your orchard. And then you all take a sip from it. Slightly sounds like an excuse for a party to me. And I never get to see anyone because they don't want to come to my house because they all want to be vegan, sober, not go out, not see anyone, and really healthy and just generally, try and get over Christmas. But as I haven't had Christmas this year, essentially, I quite like a party on my birthday. So actually I'm going to put an appeal out. Can everyone who I invite to my birthday please come to my party if I have one, which I might. Thank you very much. The 6th of January is the Feast of the Epiphany. Now, this is a beautiful feast to celebrate if you're a Christian witch. This is when the 3 wise men brought their gifts to the baby Jesus. And so this is 3 magi bringing charms to the Christ child, gold, frankincense and myrrh, and having followed a star. And so this day is a celebration for all things witchy. If those 3 wise men weren't following a star and being a witch, I don't know who were. I don't mean to denigrate the 3 wise men. I think they're marvellous. I also think that they were definitely witches. The 10th of January this year is known as Plow Monday. In Anglo-Saxon times, Plow Monday was the day where everyone went back to work. The women to their distaff, the men to labouring and tilling the fields if they could. And so in the evening, they would try and have a little party to celebrate the start of the new year's work. So it's quite a good day to have a party on. I reckon a few drinks with your friends would go down well. I can see that I am encouraging everyone to have parties in January. I'm very aware that most of you are going to be vegan, sober and hitting the gym 3 times a day. But a party, I think, is quite a good way to let off steam, especially after this non-eventful Christmas that I've just had. The 1st to the 12th of January, each day is said to correspond to the weather that's going to happen over the next 12 months. So the 1st of January will be the weather set for January, the 2nd will be the weather set for February, etc, etc. So do have a look. I always wonder if this is going to be true. I don't think it is, because I reckon on the 6th of January it might start snowing, and that's June. So I don't know what that really means. Does it mean it's going to be a cold June? I never really got that one. Maybe you have a better idea of what that truly means. Now the 16th of January is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. It is also the night of the full moon. This full moon is known as the wolf moon, and the reasoning is because this is the time of year when the wolves are out and are crying. They're marking their territories, finding their mates, and generally having a rather, important time for the year. Of course, there's no wolves in the UK at the moment anymore, although they're thinking of bringing them back to Scotland. I don't know if they've already done that. I wonder. However, there are foxes, and they follow a very similar pattern. The mating call of the female fox is one of the most haunting sounds of winter. It is a very eerie sound. Now, of course, the full moon is a great time this year to make moon water. And if you haven't seen my moon water video, I'll put it up here for you. The other great thing to do for this particular new moon is to charge your crystals. The moon is at its brightest and highest in the sky, apart from on Yule. And so it is a really strong energy. And so I would recommend taking all the crystals that you possess and leaving them on the windowsill in the light of the moonlight on this day to help them replenish and recharge. The first full moon of the year is traditional to make a wish upon, because this wish will be granted. So today is the day for you to look up at the moon and make your wish. If you have a crystal ball, there is no greater way to magically charge it than by the light of a full moon in a pond. So you need to have it reflecting the full moon and the reflection in the pond. But this year's full moon is when you should do this. So I'm going to try that on my birthday. As long as there's no clouds, there probably will be. And as long as I'm not having a party, which I probably won't be because all my friends have gone sober to the gym and don't want to eat anything. And I'm not very good at vegan cooking. I'm trying, but I'm not very good. Finally, the last day I want to talk about this year is only a little tradition that happens in Shetland. And I wanted to discuss it because it's a true Viking festival. It is the celebration of the end of Yule. In Lerwick in the Shetland Isles, they have this wonderful procession with fire throughout the village, and where they carry their Viking longboat and then they set it afire with over 800 shafts of flames thrown into the galley of the boat. And it is called the Epiphany. It is obviously taken straight from the Viking Fire Festival that celebrated the end of Yule, and it has been carried out in Lerwick on the Isle of Shetland for over 1,000 years. So if you have the opportunity to go and see it, do have a go. I would love to know if you've got any January traditions in witchcraft that I haven't touched on. Do put them down in the comments below. In the meantime, my Covenant meeting is coming up quite soon. Do go to patreon.com/Ginnymetheral for further details. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in a few days.